Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
Our Valley News Live storm team has been actively monitoring severe weather in the area. This is a live look from storm chaser Eric Whitehill, who is in Roberts County, South Dakota. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. From hail to flooding, some areas in the Southern Valley are feeling the effects of the severe weather that's been moving through our area. Let's head right over to meteorologist Justin Fanfarilli for the very latest. Justin?
Thank you, Christine, and good late afternoon, everybody. Yeah, we've had some severe weather move through portions of the Southern Valley today. We picked up some hail and some flooding and a few storms out there right now. We're tracking some non-severe storms just to the north of I-94 and portions of Barnes County, just to the north and to the east of the Valley City area. Now, taking a look down south, just to the south of the Sisseton area, we do have storms that were severe. We still have one severe thunderstorm warning south of our viewing area. That's what Eric Whitehill is watching right now. Those storms have been weakening, but they could move north and off to the east as we go through later on tonight. Now, we do have two flash flood warnings in effect. This one right here for Ransom, Sargent, and Richland County, and another flash flood warning until tomorrow at noon for Dickey County for storms that have moved through that have produced a lot of rain. We are seeing with the reds on the map between 3 and in some places 9 inches of rain, and there could be another round on the way as we go through later on through tonight, as portions of the forecast area are in a severe thunderstorm watch. This is until 8 o'clock tonight. Now, we'll time everything out for you and tell you when the best chance for severe weather is. Plus, we got a nice weekend ahead. We're going to get into that coming up a little later on in the newscast. Christine?
All right, Justin, thank you. And as a reminder, you can stay up to date on the weather conditions where you are anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just download the Storm Team Weather app to get the latest weather conditions and even follow the radar live. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store. Police have had their eye on one Fargo man, knowing for months now that he's been involved in human trafficking and drugs. Charges were filed today against Eric Dante Watson after court records show he and a Rochester, Minnesota woman agreed to come to Fargo this past January. Now, once here, the woman reports their relationship changed and Watson forced her into having sex for money at the Vista Inn and Suites right off the interstate. Now, there's a warrant out for his arrest along with drug charges. His name came up after the Metro Street Crimes Unit searched an apartment where Watson was staying, finding drugs. Homeland Security and the ATF were also involved in that situation. And coming up at 6 on Valley News Live, would you or your daughter recognize the signs and symptoms of being groomed for trafficking? No charges have been filed against a man who parents say inappropriately touched kids at a local park. We spoke with the Cass County State's Attorney's Office, who said they are still reviewing the case. Cecile Gale has been banned from Fargo parks, and police are recommending he face sexual assault charges. That's after a mother reported he kissed her daughter on the mouth and touched her 8-year-old son Monday night at Lindenwood Park. Gale says the young girl fell and he was trying to help her, but the girl's mother says her daughter did not fall. A Grand Forks woman was injured after being assaulted during an apparent botched burglary this morning. Police say 2 men entered the woman's apartment just before 3 a.m. and were confronted by her. Officials say one of the men struck the woman with some type of object before they ran away. Now, at this point, Lieutenant Mackey says they're not sure if the 2 male suspects in this case pose any danger to the general public. The victim has non-life-threatening injuries. A Minnesota native is dead from what police are calling a horrible accident during a Citizens Police Academy demonstration. Mary Knowlton, a retired librarian, was shot and killed last night during a scenario called Shoot, Don't Shoot in Punta Gorda, Florida. Knowlton had been randomly selected for the role play exercise before she was mistakenly hit with a live round of ammunition. A conservative group published a new batch of State Department records overnight. That's from Hillary Clinton's time as Secretary of State. The group says the documents raise questions about the Clinton Foundation's influence on the department. Craig Boswell has been following the action from the White House. He reports on both Clinton and Donald Trump, who are facing criticism for familiar problems. Clinton for those new emails and Trump for another controversial statement.
CBS News has confirmed the Secret Service has not formally investigated remarks Donald Trump made at a rally on Tuesday that possibly called for violence against Hillary Clinton.
If she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know.
Trump says he was calling on pro-gun voters to go to the polls. He talked gun control again in Virginia today and received a standing ovation.
We have to protect our Second Amendment, which is under siege. Remember that. Remember that. It's under siege.
Clinton says this is the latest in a string of instances that prove Trump doesn't have the temperament to be president.
And if you are running to be president or you are president of the United States, words can have tremendous consequences.
Trump's Second Amendment comment is dominating the headlines and overshadowing another potential scandal involving Bill Clinton's charitable foundation. One email from a Clinton Foundation aide to Huma Abedin, Secretary Clinton's deputy chief of staff, asked a favor for someone looking for a job. Another email wanted to connect one of the foundation's top donors to someone with influence in Lebanon. A Clinton spokesman denies any connection. Nearly two-thirds of voters view Hillary Clinton as dishonest, in part because of a private email server she used while Secretary of State. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
The Trump campaign says the latest emails show more Clinton character flaws and that she views public office as a way to get rich. In tonight's consumer news, a fall hazard has prompted the recall of more than 280,000 swivel chairs. The recall involves Hampton Bay Fall River swivel dining and lounge chairs sold exclusively at Home Depot stores and online. There have been more than 400 reports of the chairs breaking during normal use, including 16 reports of injuries resulting from falls. Consumers should stop using the chairs and ask for a free repair kit. As we continue to get closer to the first day of school, we're learning new details about a teacher shortage in Minnesota. According to the State Department of Education, fewer teachers are graduating and getting licensed in the state. The vast majority of districts say licensing standards are too strict and pose too high of a barrier when looking to hire. Now, here in the metro, West Fargo schools, and Moorhead Public Schools all have numerous openings. Barnesville joins the ever-growing list of small school districts in our area that have voted down referendums. Last night, their $35.2 million referendum failed by a 71 to 29% margin. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker talks to someone who voted no to see what the school district can do to get the community on their side the next time around.
Everybody in the community has an understanding that something needs to happen with the schools.
Mark Rusted, like a majority of people in Barnesville, voted no on the school district's most recent referendum.
Auditorium, gymnasiums, kitchen, common area, and things like that. And that's where I think the prices became inflated to the point that, again, the voters had said that it was too expensive.
A drive to Barnesville might make you think those in the agriculture community came out in masses to vote no to avoid taxes on their property going up. However, Rusted says the amount of people who farm or deal with ag doesn't add up to create the 1,326 to 543 margin against the referendum. He says a bulk of those votes must have come from people living within the city.
I was actually very surprised.
For reference, the bonds, which would have been paid over 20 years, would have increased taxes by $533 on a $200,000 home. Vote no signs are still up in yards. No one else would comment on camera, but they all told me that the no vote should show the school district they need to come up with a much cheaper referendum the next time around. In a statement to Valley News Live, the school district says, of course, they're upset about this outcome, but the voters have went to the ballot box and spoken. In regards to the future, they say they're going to go back to the drawing board, but they haven't set a timeline on that. Reporting from Barnesville, Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
None of the people we talked to who voted no could tell us what dollar amount they would vote yes for, but they were adamant that $35.2 million was far too much. And those who voted yes hope with a little compromise, an agreement can be reached the next time around. The Montecito DNR has confirmed 5 new reports of zebra mussels in lakes across the state, including 2 in Otter Tail County. Those include West Battle Lake and Otter Tail Lake. And take a look at the others on your screen. The DNR is continuing to monitor these waters. If you see anything suspicious, they'd like you to report it. Officials say this is a reminder to take the proper precautions to avoid the spread of zebra mussels. Our wet summer is delivering a multi-million-dollar hit to the valley's #1 crop, sugar beets. The Northern Valley has been hit the hardest with nearly 2 feet of rain in many areas north of Grand Forks up into Warren, Minnesota since May. Too much rain on Steve Moen's farm near Alvarado has caused the beets to rot. Take a look at this. Hundreds of acres of sugar beets are already lost.
It sat in water for probably a week, and it was really hot and just couldn't get rid of the water quick enough.
American Crystal Sugar estimates that 10,000 acres of sugar beets have already been lost this summer. However, Tyler Grove of American Crystal says because of a good crop in the Southern Valley, the overall outlook is for an above-average crop this year. And it's a giveaway of a lifetime. A $500,000 home will be given to one lucky winner in the Valley. Designer Homes of Fargo Moorhead for the second time is giving away a house with updated and unique features. People are encouraged to walk through for inspiration for their own home. The first time a home was given away was back in 2012, and families that win can choose what they'd like to do with the house. To see how you can get yourself signed up to win the dream home, go to valleynewslive.com and click on our hot button.